And if the child calling you every week, then you might can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is, radio.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'ma show these niggas what to do with one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should have been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome to another week of It Is What It Is Radio. I'm your host, Fly T Miles. Y'all know how we gotta do before the show starts. This is King Porter Forever Friday. Please give my brother Jamel Raymond Bishop a moment of silence. Thank you very much. First, I want to say happy early 42nd birthday to myself. Made it to see another year. I'm sorry. Joined by my two beautiful co-hosts.
I am Neek, aka LoveGod herself.
LoveGod herself, and the doctor is in the building.
And we want to, as always, thank you all for tuning in. Please like and share and invite people. Again, we're bringing you another amazing episode.
Another
amazing It Is What It Is radio show. So, we added a new segment, which is what we tell you what's going on in the DMV area. So really, really quick, get your pen, notepads, or your phones out and put in the fun stuff that's going on that we're about to announce. So October the 1st jump-started breast cancer awareness. So Natural and Naked has a walk and or run team that they have going on for the Susan B. Coleman. Normally I walk this race, but I'll be out of town this year. So please, if you can go on Facebook, they are walking on October the 13th at 9 a.m. in Columbia, Maryland. You can follow myself, Tyree, or Tanika so that we can make sure we link you to the Natural and Naked page. The other event for all of y'all fans that like to dress up in your Harry Potter, you like the trilogy and so on, sirs, Ellicott City is transforming their area into the Harry Potter.
Oh.
So you want to make sure you get out there and you tune in for that Dreamland special. Also 93.1 WPOC, a DJ will be there with delicious food from the Caribbean islands. We also have the First Night Brunch Festival where Baltimore City is using mimosas one at a time to bring the city together. Turn up for the
Mimosas? Mimosas? Make sure your mic on.
Then we also have Dr. Christy Thompson, our 2019 Miss Full Figure DMV Crown Queen, is hosting a fundraiser. She is selling the Double Good popcorn. Please get the kettle corn or the pepper flavor. You will not be disappointed. Next, we have the lovely Nicole. If you remember, we had her on the show about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She is in the stage play Mama's Kitchen, October the 19th. Tickets are $30. You can eat dinner while you're there. So yes, it is a theater and dinner type evening. Get your date, your homegirls, and go have a good time. Okay. We also have November the 10th. As you know, I'm about the children. They are our future, so we have to kind of speak life into them. So we are holding our first November 10th model casting call, which will be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So the Youth Talent Fashion Showcase. Make sure you're following me. So if you have a child that has talent, maybe they dance, sing, step, tap, do monologues, whatever it is, this is the opportunity to start speaking life into your child. We also have November the 3rd. See, we have a lot of cool stuff going on in the DMV. On November the 30th, we have Bold Curves presenting the Electric Elegance Fashion Show. That is November the 30th in the Richmond, Virginia area. And yours truly will be walking in that show. So make sure you get your tickets so you can come out and have a good time for that. As you know, I'm a promoter of wellness, mind, body, and spirit. So for those that are looking to do something fitness-wise, group setting, and fun, you have the amazing Mia Fitness Assassin Cofield that teaches at Be More Fitness every Tuesday, 7 p.m., an amazing hour Zumba class. Then you can catch her for round 2 every Wednesday, 8 p.m. for what we call Club Bounce. Again, make sure you're following me so that I can link you to these events, but we'll also post them later on. And yours truly again here, I teach multiple formats for my ladies that want something low impact but sexy, where you don't have to worry about carrying or packing a lot of clothes. I teach Polynesian style fitness, which is hot hula, every Monday in Catonsville, 5 p.m. Then every Thursday in Catonsville, same location, 5:30. And something fun, we have Miss Charlotte Robinson that has by a design by Diva Fashion, September the 17th through the 20th of 2020. We will be in St. Lucia for an international fashion show. And let me tell you, the villas are gorgeous and very much so affordable. I'm already booked. So I'm gonna turn it into a vacation.
Can I go?
Absolutely.
I might need, listen.
So fellas, yes you can go. Maybe y'all will be one of the sexy ones that escort us down that runway.
This is what I need you to do for me then. We need to contact child support and you gotta tell them that I'm going away on work. So they can give me my pass. No, you have all the credentials. They're not gonna go too much in the detail. I can give them the information. They're just gonna call me. Yes, does Tyree Miles work for you? Yes, we're going away. They don't. I doubt it. I doubt it. Don't listen. We got this covered. Nobody from child support worrying about us. That's what we gonna do. Because I do really work for you.
Mr. Tyree Miles is his and his alone. I do not represent
Hey, okay.
But I do support my friend. He wants to go. So
I want to go.
Start like
Ain't no
a
go
petition.
Yeah,
I said a picket line.
Yeah.
A petition. Then we welcome that. Just, get your signs.
I am a good father, but geez, child support. Let a brother go.
We're not disputing.
Yeah, but child support got.
We're gonna see how we can work it out. We're gonna get you some sponsors.
Yeah, please.
From St. Lucia.
Yeah.
So that is some of the fun things that's going on in the DMV area. And don't forget that Mr. Miles is celebrating 42.
I'll be 42 tomorrow. I took a lot of losses.
Tell us where your party is so people can
I'm gonna tell you where my party will be. My party will be on somebody's football field in Oxon Hill, Maryland at 5 p.m. And that's the time they say it's supposed to start. So we probably won't take the field at 6. And I probably won't get back in town till after 8. So I don't know. I won't know till I get back in town.
And by then he's gonna be tired.
No,
and sleepy
listen.
and acting like a 42-year-old.
No, check it out. I promise myself, no matter how tired I am, I'm doing something.
Okay, you should.
And I've been thinking about like my brother lately. Rest in peace to my brother Porter. Porter was the type. October 1st, my birthday the 5th. The 1st, he gonna ask me, what you want to do? And I don't know. By yesterday or today, he already would have it laid out for tomorrow. And tomorrow I'd have got that call, boy, what you doing? All right, when you get back from DC,
this way you need
this where we going. I'm coming to get you. So I do miss that, and I did say that I do want to at least celebrate my birthday. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Now we don't want to see you on World Star Hip Hop video twerking to no loop.
Oh no, I ain't gonna do that.
Because you know, one of the episodes you came out of your shirt.
That's right.
Sometimes
Y'all make sure y'all go see that.
Speedo thongs or something.
No, I would never wear I can't wear a Speedo.
Leopard print.
Speedos don't come in my size. Just say that.
I would say over the shade, but I caught that.
Yeah, Speedos don't come in my size. But yeah. I just want to have fun. Bring in 42 the right way. I take all gifts too. I'm not gonna be. Well, no. If y'all want the cash app, it's FLY.
Give me your
What's your
cash
cash app?
FLY Fly T Miles. FLYT MILES. I'll take $1, $10, whatever.
And if you tuning in late, he's gonna post that underneath the live feed so that you can actually 50 cents, $1, whatever. Listen, you don't need to know people to celebrate them, and I'm very big on that because somewhere across the country, someone didn't open their eyes. So
Right.
even if someone is turning 2 years old, that's a moment to celebrate them because we don't know if we're promised and guaranteed the next day, let alone the next second. So we're asking Ty's Angels if you could not only donate to Tyree for his birthday, but the beautiful Neek, whatever she. Look, you have to celebrate for a whole month.
You do.
That's right.
You do. You absolutely
And she
do.
looks amazing always, but she got a different kind of glow going on tonight.
Yeah.
With our popping lip gloss always. So we're gonna post her cash as well. And whatever, if it moves upon your heart and you want to do so, whatever you donate, they're both very humble, thankful people. So they'll be grateful. Help them celebrate.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like, just even a happy birthday is cool
Right.
for me. Don't text me.
What?
Say happy. I mean, that's just how I am.
You want a phone?
Yeah, I want to. Like I told my kids better not text me happy
Right.
What
birthday.
if they got strep throat?
Happy birthday. She. Yeah, happy birthday. And one more thing, fellas. Do not ask me about Tanika.
What?
Go to her DM. Go to her DM. Don't ask me about Dr. Nicole. Go to her DM. Yeah, listen. I got
you
people.
can go to his DM. That's our secretary. Yes, you can. And he's
I'm screening.
you.
I'm screening.
Y'all can go to his DM. Don't listen to
I'm
him.
not gonna say from who, but I got a call 2 days ago. Yo, what's up with the light skin one? I say, man, we grown. You get in a DM and ask her.
Wow.
Then I got one with you too. The thick one with the dreads, yo. She look like she knows something.
Oh, shit.
Hook up with an OG.
Listen, was this a guy or a girl?
Oh, guy. They were both guys. Now I do give women. They compliment y'all, but no, I didn't get no women to go hard on the paint for y'all. But men, yeah, they on y'all.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm
DM them.
either way. I just wanted to know which
way we was going.
Okay. Well, so ladies, if you got something on your mind, I guess you can DM them too. I don't know.
Yeah, so think about that. But in the meantime, we're gonna take a quick break. It is what it is. Radio show, like and share, and we'll be right back.
Right back.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Black by Demand radio show.
Control. They said she wouldn't so they didn't know if she had a weapon. So it's just a mess. So yeah, you do have to have these discussions with your children.
You do. And you have to make them aware of that there is an enemy out there. Every time the police pull you over, or every time you have an interaction with the police as a black person, you are at risk of being in front of your enemy. Hopefully, it's not a police officer that wants to demonstrate that he's your enemy, but we all see it's a high probability of that being the case. So if we're not talking to our children do not have the coping mechanisms to deal with these type of intense situations. What they're going to do is what most of us do as black people, me and anyone else, which is become emotional. And that is the trigger point for the police. They know that black people are emotional people. So when they arrive on the scene, they are purposely trying to say and do things to you to get your emotions up, right? And then once they get your emotions up, then it's like, oh, that's what we needed. Now we're going to kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. You know, so I'm saying we need to have these discussions with our children, you know, and make them understand in this day and age, and it's every day and age really, but we'll just say this day and age for the sake of it being so prevalent on social media, like you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. And I think a lot of us as black people are just scared to still tell our children that there are a group of people out here that are your enemies.
Join us every Monday at 12 noon for Black by Demand radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. 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 Bedroom phone ring, girl in t-shirt answers me. I get off on the way that she answers me. First time saw her, I knew she was the one for me. Ever since then, we've been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to the ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. Let's tell what I'm riding. Royalty, call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous.
I be the man.
Proceed with caution. Tired of lanes, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going where the I'm going. Out of space, where I'm going.
Like that one.
Where I'm going. Where I'm going. Out of space, where I'm going. Out of space, where I'm going. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. 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 Can I talk to you? I've been working hard. I've been up all night. I just been so high. I feel nothing off the sands. Withdrawals killing me. I need something to sleep. Need you on top of me. I need to get high. Dreams designer all night. Chanel should be haunting my dreams. Wearing my clear on my sleeve. I'm not who you need me to be. Indigo sound for the team. Royalty sound for the team. Hippie vibing for the team. I need space, girl. I need to get out, yeah. Slow my motions, leaning. I've been out, yeah. Never worry about me. I've been chilling. Can't do this no more. I'm in my feelings. Can't put your business all out in the open. Can't fix a heart that's already been broken.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we are back to It Is What It Is Radio. As you know, we're always trying to bring you various topics that's actually going on here in society today for discussion. So we just want to reiterate, please chime in with your comments under the live feed, and or feel free to call in with your comments. The call-in number is area code 571-336-6428. And we'll be posting that throughout this session. So the three of us are always talking about the different issues going on to kind of bounce our feelings, thoughts, and conspiracy theories off on one another. And always the lovely Miss Tanika comes up with awesome topics.
Yes,
so she
does.
gave us some amazing ones for tonight. So we're just going to let her introduce the very first topic that we'll be discussing.
Oh, okay. I was still, okay. So basically, we were talking about the white lady that was the police that got found guilty and got sentenced to 10 years for killing the African American male while he was sitting in his apartment watching TV. Just a little backstory. She claims that she thought she lives in the same building as he. She claimed that she thought she was going into her apartment, and that's when she seen him and thought that he was, I guess, a burglar or intruder, and just basically opened fire and killed him. So she was found guilty by a jury. She was given 10 years. But the thing that got me, other than the 10 years, the thing that got me kind of looking at the situation a little crazy is because after she was sentenced, the judge, which was an African American woman, got up and gave her a hug and gave her her personal Bible. So to me, I felt like if that was a black man that was getting, you know, sentenced for killing a white woman, would a black judge get down off the bench and give him a hug and console him? I just think that just was a little bit too much, and it just makes me realize that this race thing is still real. It's still prevalent, and it's still real even amongst us. Right. Even amongst us, our race. It's like, that was just so, I can't even explain the feeling that gave me when I saw that. It's just like, really? Like, you gonna go and step down off the bench while you still have your robe on and give this murderer a hug and console her? Like, where are we at right now, people? Like, that's just ridiculous.
It is, and I'm bothered by quite a few things. One, we already know, or rather I feel that we're living in an unjust justice society. The legal system had, first of all, it wasn't developed to be favorable for the minority. Now the minority having been African Americans as well as Latinos, and I actually believe for like the past 2 years the Latinos are kind of over top of us now as the minority. But never in the legal system have you or will you see that act of human kindness to a found guilty, convicted individual. So not only did it bother me for the judge to come off of the bench being African American, and really she could have been of another nationality, I still would feel the same, but to show her that human kindness. Then you had a court appointed officer that fixed her hair as if she was preparing for a beauty pageant or a photo shoot. Then my heart dropped when I saw the victim's brother hug her. Now, I have questions about that. I'm a Christian, and I know that the Bible says in order for your own healing process, one must forgive. The forgiveness is not for the other person or persons. It is really for you, and that's because that's what God tells us to do. But that hug looked personable.
It looked personal.
The embrace was longer than what I felt it should have been, and more importantly, it should really remove any remaining blindfolders from the African American community's eyes, because basically that said the going price for a black man's life is 10 years, and mark my words, she won't do 5 years.
And that's the thing, they made it, the actual sentencing was I think it was like 5 years to 99 years. So you know she wasn't going to get under 5 because off the top she wasn't going to be able to. But to 99 years, and that was with what? With parole, no parole, something like that. It's just I'm just appalled. I'm just like, I can't be watching this. This can't be real. Like, this cannot be real. And now I've heard of situations where like people, mothers, Christian women, go to jails and forgive, like, you know, the person that might have killed their child or husband or stuff. Like, I've heard of things like that, but to actually do that display, like, it just makes me feel like, wow. Like, she killed this man in cold blood.
And
admitted to doing it. Admitted to, and it just makes you think like everything about the case. To me, it was premeditated. It was premeditated.
Yeah, I think
she
so.
knew that wasn't her house.
Yes.
How did she know? I believe that her and the guy may have had some kind of relationship once upon a time. You were that comfortable that you just went to this door and opened it without trying your key in the door. Then you had your gun on. Like, at what point did you go in the house and look around and realize, oh, this is not my furniture?
Right.
No, not at all.
Right.
You know, so to me, that was disrespectful to the family. That was disrespectful to the dead. That was disrespectful all the way around.
Right.
And it's just like, I get the whole religion thing, but I've never seen anything like that of someone with a role. No, I've never seen anything like that, and I hope someone like does something about it, really, because that's ridiculous.
They said a certain coalition is
was doing something, rallying or writing up some kind of petition or something, because that was like that was beyond
over the top.
Yeah,
it was over the top.
Another thing we got to look at too, though, is where it happened. Texas, you know how they feel about colors in Texas, so that's one thing. Also, she's an officer of the law, so that's 2 stripes.
And let's not sugarcoat it. White privilege. You know, people never want to talk about what's taboo and difficult, but we have African Americans sitting in jail for lesser crimes, and they received more time.
Absolutely.
But we're going to talk more about this. We just want y'all to think about that. We got to take a quick break, pay some bills. It is what it is. Radio, like and share, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back. Happy birthday to me. That's what I'm saying, all break.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange radio show.
Any trouble, because I get into any trouble, but I had a problem that this then became a discussion at that workplace environment. Now, the discussion was I should have been more sensitive. In what way was my first response? And I guess when I had to meet with that said person who had the issue with the person who was said leader of that organization, I said, well, to that person, how would I have known that? Well, you should have asked.
I think so. You want my opinion?
It was a circle, and I was willing to go on that merry-go-round.
You are better than most.
Yeah.
I think that's normal when you're in a group and there's norming. Most of the time when you're in new work environments or you're in a space where you're getting to know people, it's normal now to ask for people's preferred pronouns. You wouldn't have known that.
Normal to who? What is normal?
Well, you work in social... You work in social innovation and
my pronouns, so it's not normal to me.
You don't, but I think, because I feel like the person was probably offended because they felt like you were not honoring whoever they are, right? But you wouldn't have known that.
Still to this moment, I don't know what their pronouns are. So in that
they didn't offer
circle, we still don't know.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we are back. Thank you for staying tuned in with us. So we are talking about one of the LoveGod's amazing topics. She always give us good topics that pretty much goes against the grain for people that don't like being uncomfortable. But for those who have been following me for quite some time, you know I always tell people get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because the thing that's pushing you out your comfort zone is the very thing that you either need to be doing or discussing. And right now we're seeing a lot of things that's going on in society, from African American women being yanked out their car in jail because she can't prove her identity, African American men having guns pulled on them, being detained, incarcerated, shot, brutally beaten on camera, and officers is somehow being spun. And here we have a very direct and to the point case where the Caucasian officer, a person, let's just talk about the issue where someone took an oath, was sworn in to uphold, enforce the law, protect and serve, to actually be the assailant and to receive 10 years. We know just this year alone, 2019, a lot of African American people that have received greater life sentences. And we have a lady, granted it's an old case, but when this came about, I started just pulling up different stuff. We have a lady that is serving a life sentence for stealing at value $150 jacket, object, a piece of clothing has more value of sentencing than a human life. Let's just think about that for a minute. Then the Census Bureau has a new study out that basically showed across the nation over 3,200 non-violent offenders are receiving harsher jail sentences than those what we just saw. So we really want y'all to activate your voice on this particular topic, either comment underneath or use the call-in number, which again is area code 571-336-6428. This is not the time to be silent, because I don't even know this person that was killed, but it touched on my heart, and I'm affected by it, whether directly or indirectly, because now the people who I'm supposed to be comfortable with turning to, if I feel unsafe, I'm like, I'll take my chances by myself.
And most people do. And most people do. And that's exactly why they don't trust the law when it comes to a lot of situations, because of things like this. It's sad, it's horrible, and it's just like, when it's never going to change. It's never going to change. Not on their end, anyway. Not on their end. So you have to educate yourself. You have to be vigilant. You have to teach your kids. You have to teach yourself. You have to go over and beyond what they're just telling us or what they're just showing us. Because when it comes down to it, and I'm telling you now, when it comes down to it, you're going to be the one sitting there looking either dead or in jail.
Right. So let me ask you this. Do you think that, all right, we know how the police are corrupt, right? Do you think that will instill a feeling of togetherness with us as people?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I just seen on the news where they said the state's attorney is going to overturn 800 cases that was directly involved with those police that got locked up or whatever, that was doing all that stuff that they was doing.
They gonna overturn it?
800 cases. It's 800 cases that has their names on it somewhere or another. And the one guy, they had one guy on there that his son was killed in front of his home at Park Heights. He was like a community activist.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
And his son was killed and right in front of his home at Park Heights. And one of those cops, detectives or whatever name, is on his case. So he's concerned because he's like, well, does that mean that that person is going to get out?
Right.
You know, and it's sad, but when you have corrupt cops, it's and to the level of the corruption that they were on, it's hard to say. You're probably going to really have some people that's not innocent getting out.
One of them was on my case. I caught a gun charge in 2010, and I got set up, and the guy Gondo was on my case. And funny thing about it, after I got locked up, he some kind of way he had my phone number. He just called me. You got a gun for me yet? Huh? Leave me alone. Yeah, yo was real cruddy.
Wow.
Yo was real cruddy, but
you know,
sheesh.
I have a brother that is serving a life sentence for taking a life. And is he guilty of it? Absolutely. You know, and unfortunately the next time I actually physically touch him, I'll be burying him. So I look at the fact that my African American brother did the same crime as a white woman. She receives love, compassion, motivation, and then the judge, when she gave her the Bible, she gave her a spiritual homework assignment. Even
But
told
John
her,
3:16, I think it was.
I think
Yeah,
so.
it was 3:16.
But I remember when I attended some of my brother court cases, they called him an animal. You know, now I was pretty much on the fence because I'm like, wow, I can't imagine what that family is going through.
Correct.
Don't want to be them. At least he's still here. But here you call someone that committed the same crime, knowingly committed the same crime as this white police officer, a legal justice official. She gets 10 years, he gets life.
It's tough.
So when we talk about the scales of the justice system being balanced and people want to teeter the fence for safety reasons, no. I'm all about, I see a lot of people saying hashtag stay woke, and I'm like, do you really think you're awake when you're teetering the fence? Because it's only when it's in your backyard that it becomes a sense of urgency.
You're right.
Well, guess what? Whether they're in your family or not, it's in your backyard. If you're an African American woman or man, it's in your backyard, and this is not the time to be silent. That is not justice. It's not even in the ballpark of justice
at all.
And she probably won't even be treated the same in the legal system.
That's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Prayers out to the young man's family.
Yes, even though we saw them still give compassion, we don't know what type of restraints was on them to even feel like they had to do that. And again, let me say, I am a Christian. I believe in forgiveness. That was too soon for me. I would love to know all the parables that
went in between,
that,
behind the scenes.
What went in that backdrop that we have not been privy to.
Yeah, because the mother and the sister was just on TV. His birthday was just like the other day. So actually his birthday was right after he got killed. So they were having like a big thing for his birthday, and they all had on red and everything like that. And I was just, like you said, wondering, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot to affect, and it don't just affect that person, it affects families.
Yes.
You know, it affects more than just that person that it's been done to. So it's just like you said, I wonder what was the backstory behind it, because for me also, that was just a little bit too fast.
Definitely was.
You know, it was too fast.
And not once was she called a barbaric animal.
None
None of the things that we hear black judges say to African American criminals, male and females. It was just so much. I thought I was watching a soap opera.
Yeah,
actually.
that's how it is.
I was like, wow.
And it was just this girl, I don't know how old she was. She's not a teenager, probably in her early 20s. They just raided her house and found enough arson in there to take out thousands of people. I mean, bow and arrows, bombs, rifles. I mean, books on assassinations and everything like that. And while they're broadcasting and showing her face, they're like, oh, the young lady, like, she wasn't called a thug, she wasn't called a sniper, she wasn't called anything of that sort. She was called a young lady. And she had enough arson in her basement to take out 1,000 people easy.
Well, again, I'm going to say it again, that the scales of justice have never been favorable for persons of color or the minority. And unfortunately, we now have to arm ourselves with knowledge. Let me say that again. Arm ourselves with knowledge of how to move in this thing called life. And for me, it's about avoiding any type of contact I may need to have.
Or about your reaction, because sometimes stuff is not avoidable. You gotta be on your P's and Q's about your reaction to the BS. because they're waiting for you to react like an animal, like a thug, like a whatever. You know, even when you don't look aggressive, or even when you say your hands is up or you can't breathe or whatever, they still want to, you know, go that extra mile to take you out because that's their thing. So it's like you really have to be knowledgeable about your rights and just your reaction on things if you ever come across a situation where you're put in that situation.
Right. And them body cameras ain't saving nothing. They killing you with the body cameras on.
You know, we've seen where they're wearing the body cam and they're physically, knowingly assaulting a African American male or female with no weapon, not on them, not in the vicinity of their body, and they still beat the charge. So
or planting evidence.
Oh man!
You know, with thinking the body camera is off, but it's really on, but they don't know. But they're setting up, you know, setting up a scene.
You know, and the reality is we see a lot where they're like they don't have enough money in the budget to buy the supplies that they need within school to educate our children. Yet and still, jails are going up. Like, the cost of living.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely.
It takes between $30,000 to $35,000 a year for to take care of inmate in prison between that amount. So you just gotta figure, like, back in the day, Officer Friendly would come to the school and would be somebody that helps you, like, oh, Officer Friendly, and you know, now it's like Officer Friendly, no, we getting away.
Now I'm screaming stranger danger when I see the police, because I don't know. I don't know if you a fictitious police officer or even the real one that might just be having a bad day. And that's another thing, you know, they're like, we're seeing these cases where they're like, oh, he was off his meds, or she was off her meds, she was going through a bad breakup. We had breakups all the time. I ain't never went and shot up.
Not a person.
Not a person. I ain't even keyed up a car. I might have bought some Haagen-Dazs and, you know, gained some weight, but so, you know, again, on one hand, they're telling when the black person is before the judge and the jury, they're telling them you should have made better choices. Nobody said this to this woman. We get a lecture. Nobody lectured her, and she really should have received the lecture. I am curious to know, when did she forget about the oath she took? When did that become okay? And when did judges become therapists, mentors, and come off the bench
that's crazy,
to console a convicted and pled guilty murderer?
Yes.
And that is pretty much what she is. She's a murderer, but she's not an animal. I just want everybody to think about that. Again, we want you all to chime in on this discussion. You can either do it tonight. You can go back and watch this over. Maybe you need time to process your feelings. Because again, we're indirectly or directly affected by. But either way, again, this is not the time to be silent at all.
It's not. Let me ask you, did you all hear, like, I heard that a reason that her sentence was light is because the man was, you know, heavily Christian, and they said that they believe that that's what he would have wanted, leniency.
I didn't hear that, but that is okay. I did not hear that. How can you speak what he would want? He's not here to speak for himself. His family is, and for whatever reason, we haven't heard that they spoke. I'm not going to assume that they haven't said anything behind the scene. But the justice system is in place to be the voice for the victim, whether you're alive or you are deceased. That justice system is in black and white. They wrote it, and it's there to govern the punitive punishment that needs to come down based off the severity of the crime in which you commit. He could, in essence, want what he want from the skies above.
Right.
Sir, thank you, God bless you, but the law says that you are in the heaven because she broke penal code, blah, blah, blah. And this is the max sentence, and this is the minimum sentence. And I assure you, 10 years was not it.
Let's play devil's advocate then. Black man goes into the apartment that he thought was his. White woman's there eating ice cream. He kills her.
He be on.
What you think?
When the police came to get him, they've been to beat him so bad, choked him out, tased him. He wouldn't even made it to court.
Yes.
He wouldn't even made it to court.
And the sad part is, it could have been a black man to commit the crime, and it would be black officers that would pass down more brutality on him. The enslaved mentality of people, and they don't understand it. They don't even understand that this is the new modernized slavery. Because if you know the history of slavery and how it even went forth so successfully, black people told on black people. Black people, beat black people. We have always been in a position where we had to choose ourself, our culture, or do I stand as an individual to be safe? And I understand it. That's a hard fence, to teeter on. I understand it, but it continues. Look at it. It's continuing. Our ancestors fought, died. People are still fighting and dying for our rights, and we are still on board with barbaric behavior. Let that set in. We got to take a quick break. It is what it is. Radio, like and share.
Please like and share the show. We'll be back.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco, strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
One thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like, yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. So no matter what you up, you gotta go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father dead. Mom's bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen this less than all your friends. But it a joke because your mother was a crackhead. Older sister hoeing off, giving all her homies head. I could wait for your response, but they let her hear me talk, so I'll just wait for the applause. I always knew that I was great, I got them haters so appalled. I'ma make it out the darkness, and my word is my bond. Delivering these bars while I'm gripping on my balls. Jealous niggas hate to see you succeed, so fuck them all. I'm the master of my destiny, nigga, you not in charge. You either on your grind or in the way, so get lost. Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Shit be stressful, my nigga, that's why I'm getting high.
What you gonna have my money today?
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking because you don't like it.
Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio. It is what it is, 9/11.
Are they ready to? I know they're not ready to accept it, but yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing. Like, how many of them are really ready to think about it like that?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And welcome back to another Friday night with the trio. Of It Is What It Is.
No, that ain't
Radio.
That ain't a menage a trois. That's just a straight threesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna need. It's his birthday, so we forgive.
Yeah, forgive me. This the last thing. I ain't gonna cut you off no more. But today.
Yes, you will.
I was driving today. You know what I realized?
What?
You know how people
That
call
women are smarter than men.
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
Y'all are, but no. I realized in my 41 years, almost 42, today. You know, people like you motherfucker.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You know how people might cuss me like you motherfucker.
Right.
I'm a grandmotherfucker.
He is so lame.
I'm a grandmotherfucker. So y'all want to cuss at me?
Are you a
great
grand?
I ain't been that.
Okay, not yet.
No, not yet. But yeah, I'm a grandmotherfucker. I just thought about it.
You just lost 3.5 cool points.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just was thinking.
Stop
Can I
thinking.
get them back? Can I get them back?
I gotta think about it.
You got my favorite color on. That's one. All right, I got two more to get back. I got two more to get back.
So, our next topic, we've been on a roll talking about the importance of relationships, boundaries, applications, rules, how to go about it, pros, cons, do's, don'ts, social media. So tonight we're gonna keep this little vibe going, talking about relationships, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. So question before our birthday guy goes in with it. Do you think it is inappropriate if when you were children, who you used to play with, your brother or sister, now y'all are all grown up and legal, and this little boy doesn't look at you like a little sister anymore. He like, oh, LoveGod got that banging body. She fine. I didn't know her snot was going to disappear. She was going to have lips that's popping. Is it inappropriate and disrespectful for them to approach you or slide in your DM, even if he done spend nights at the house and the family see him or her as part of the family? Is that a no-no?
Can I give him? Let me give him the spill.
Give it to him.
All right, listen.
They don't have a choice.
We're not gonna say any names, but this is the scenario. Let's just say a friend. Let's say your friend, our friend. Basically watched a young lady grow up. Basically, he was in the family before she was born.
Oh, so he's older.
He's older.
Okay.
Now she's born.
Okay.
Now he's like real tight with her big brother. So, as in the family, you know, he took her out. Like when she was younger, you know, take her to the park, maybe get some candy, whatever. Like Big Brother.
Right.
She's over 21 now.
Okay.
Of course, he's in his 40s. He went in the DM, but he didn't even have any like style with it or charisma. He just went straight for the.
That's not for you to determine that if he has style or charisma.
Okay, you're right. Well, he went straight forward, wanting the cookies. He didn't.
Okay.
I think that me personally, I think it's wrong.
What part of it is wrong?
What part of it is wrong?
Yeah.
The part of this is like a family figure. It's like you hollering at your little sister.
But by whose standard? What's popping down?
All right, I can use Dad for instance.
But
right?
by whose standard? But let's stay with me.
Okay.
By whose standard? Now you know I believe in being fair. I personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. If I had to pinpoint anything wrong with it, it's his lack of respect of how he done it. But even in that, I'm gonna be fair and say at least he ain't come at her with no game. He came direct, and he's not bloodline family, and people grow up. Now how she choose to respond to him is different. Now I grew up with my brother friends where they protected me. Some called me sis, some didn't. Guess what? Sis done grew up now. True. I look different. True. It's life. Now you would think they have that code with my brother that look, stay away from my sister. But he don't have no control over that. What did he do wrong?
I'm different. Let me just say this.
Why do you feel like it's wrong?
With me.
Okay.
I live by morals and principles.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I've known Dad for over. How old are you, Dad?
I'm 31.
I probably knew you for about 20 something years.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right.
Yeah.
If he had a sister, no matter how old she is, that's off limits. I'm not doing that.
But that's your standards.
Yeah, I got standards.
That's and he is not a lack of his standards. Understand that. He's human. Now for me, I would never mess with, even if I was attracted to somebody that I grew up with, I wouldn't do it because that's my standard. And for me, I would feel totally weird because I'm like, this is the dude that used to beat people up for me, wipe the snot off my nose.
Change
but
the pamper.
No, it ain't never changed my
no,
pamper.
no,
my mama should have did that.
But no,
I mean, if it
I'm just telling you how deep it is.
If it was changing pamper status, then that's a no, sir.
And they went out, not them two. She went on a date, saw him there with his girl.
Oh, so he has a girlfriend. Now that's different. I mean, what the only difference is that he shouldn't even be approaching her morally and respectfully for the relationship he's in. But I stand firm on what I said. I don't think he did anything wrong. He saw who used to be Lil Sis and now Lil Sis.
Then got to turn okay.
So listen, so I shared with you off air that there's a dude I'm cool with that called me sis.
Right.
Let me just tell you.
Uh-oh.
He can call me little sis all he wants.
Right.
Him is fine. Look at my eyes.
Is this one of your brother friends?
Nope.
Oh,
but he called me little sis. I'll be little sis the whole time. I ain't even gonna say it because my mother might be watching.
Oh, big
my
sis.
mother might be watching. I ain't even gonna say it. We'll talk about it off the air.
Lord.
But so you know, I just want people when they're quick with their responses to stuff to kind of take that brief moment to really process it in its entirety. Now, if he on some pedophile type stuff when she was young, that's a whole another issue.
Like, did he develop this liking to her
before
she was
or now? So now
we just developed into
That's what I want to know.
Even if that was the case, he still waited until after she was of age to go at it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
sleazeball.
Yeah.
Sleaze fucking ball.
So you've never been a sleaze ball?
No.
In no way, no form, no fashion.
And I'm gonna keep it funky.
You haven't never had no woman that you knew had more feelings for you, but you still not
That was totally off guard.
Listen, and
I mean,
ain't never
supposed to be off, no touch.
I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky, right? This is one thing I did. No. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I ain't gonna say no names, but one time, a friend of mine, and his girl, was over my house. They get to arguing. Oh well, and this is how it came out. You had sex with such and such. Why can't I have sex with Ty? I'm like, whoa! I didn't know that I was in the. So I'm guessing she had a threesome with. She had a threesome with one of his homeboys, home with one of her homegirls, and I guess she was like, well, I'm on Ty. So I ain't know nothing about this, right? He passed away. I ran into her maybe 3 years later, and I had sex with her.
Oh my goodness! Oh
no! I mean,
can someone
she wanted to do it.
Call in and
what's wrong with that?
Speak to this.
She wanted you just heard me say she was like, why you ain't.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
So the level of respect left when the man died.
No, it still was there. Apparently, listen. He agreed, which I found out, that he was gonna let me hit his girl.
How you find out? You don't know that.
She told me.
Just told you that to make the shit make the stuff
go
by a little bit smoothly without your conscience being involved.
That day, me and him talked about it. And I was like, yo, what the type of relationship y'all got?
No, you making excuses.
No, I'm not.
For your shadiness.
Yeah, that was
you making
shady.
excuses. Yes, you are. Sip your cup because you just lost some cool points. Sip on it. It's your birthday.
Yeah, I lost two.
I'm not even going to go in on you. There's no difference because it shouldn't matter. Listen, when you have standards, there's no negotiation.
Right.
I have standards. I don't care what the attraction is. I'm gonna have to fight them as hard as possible. No, that ain't an agreement you with me. You shouldn't make that.
She had sex with us.
I don't care. So if she jump off a building rooftop, you gonna do the same thing because y'all got an agreement.
No, they had a threesome.
Got it.
With her girlfriend, and I guess they was talking about. I guess she said she wanted me.
You make an excuse.
No, I'm
okay, so let me ask you this. So if that was the case and that was discussed, and you were just the topic of the situation,
and I ain't know.
Why didn't it happen while he was still alive?
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. He probably.
Oh, you're not gonna keep it funky.
I'll keep it funky. He probably got killed maybe a week after that. No lie, and I'm not lying. It may not even been a week, a few days.
You wrong.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm listening.
I
know you did.
Listen, let me ask, all right, so keep it all the way funky.
Yeah.
If they would have came to you together with this, you would have rocked with it?
Back then?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably.
So what's the difference between you and that dude that slid in her inbox?
One, I didn't change her pamper. Two, she's not a family friend of mine. Was my friend, girlfriend, not a friend of mine.
To me, my friends are family.
Well, she wasn't family. He was. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
so his girl and anybody he mess with should be off by my standards.
But
should
I
be off
was being
limits
discussed.
To you. I don't care. You know how many people discuss me?
Hey, apparently they had an agreement.
I don't care what they had. I don't care.
So I
what
just
they had.
fulfilled the agreement a couple years ago.
Actually, but you didn't fulfill the agreement because he was not there.
He was in spirit.
No,
he was. It's spirit.
Okay.
Listen, it is what it is, right?
What it is.
So I've had multiple dudes that have discussed me with someone else, and then we break up, and they come to me on it, and I'm like, no. And let me tell you, there's been physical attraction there, but because I know you know him, you don't even have to be friends, but if y'all ever hung out, had a conversation, you off limits to me.
Okay.
That's what's up.
That's my standard. I don't care how attracted to you I am. I might have to go into the prayer closet.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, Lord.
All I'm saying is that I was being discussed. Now, it wasn't like they was together and I'm hollering, oh, girl, look. You know what I mean? It wasn't that way. They whatever type of freaky stuff they was into, He hit her girl.
What they was into.
He hit her girl.
You know what they was into.
They had an argument at my house. Well, and was like, well, since I did that, why I ain't get tired yet?
Listen.
And I'm like,
so that's the issue I had with both men and women. The teetering, the manipulation of what's
good for the goose ain't good for the gander.
You know, they want to tweak it, minimize it.
I ain't never heard that.
Like just own it, you know, and that's a big thing that people don't know how to do. They don't know how to communicate, and they don't know how to own their stuff. Own your stuff. If you screwed up and it's being brought to your attention, because sometimes we make mistakes and we don't even realize we making a mistake. But once it's revealed to you and you can't deny it and make no type of sense out of it, come on, own it.
And not only that, look how upset Tyree got when.
I wasn't upset.
No, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about a different situation. When he seen the comment under the baby mother's, the child's mother, thing on his social media.
Can I stop you real quick?
Talk about it.
Can I stop you real quick?
Talk about it.
One reason why I got that upset was that was around the time my brother got killed. So around that time, I wasn't playing no games. I was pushing up like I was going around your way looking for him.
Okay.
I was looking for whoever killed my brother.
Right.
I was just on go. So I didn't have a clear conscience.
Okay.
So I mean,
okay.
that's all I got to say. But let's hold the toast up for the greatest day in the world, October 5th. Thank you. Hey, baby. Thank y'all for joining us.
So we want to say happy birthday again to Tyree. He will be celebrating on the game field tomorrow.
DC, I'll be down there.
The handsome, good-looking,
y'all got to play.
42 he will be.
Yes, thank you.
But he's still shady.
Shady
because he know he.
That's the only thing I ever done shady, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, as far as with women, yes. Okay. Yeah. Dude,
y'all see my face?
No, I'm dead serious. No, all right, I'm lying.
Okay.
I did one other thing, and that was spiteful. That was in the early '90s, though.
But
I was in my feelings. I did. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Would y'all like to hear about it?
Let go.
I mean, all right, look. And he might be on here. Shout out to my man, Fat Man, right?
We're gonna stop him from name dropping.
He will drop a dime on your name.
It's calling it. Thank you.
It is.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep it real. Rest in peace to Dana. Let me out. All right, boom. I was just smashing this girl. This like in the early '90s, right?
Okay.
Early '90s, I was smashing this chick, right? All right, boom. Then my man goes behind my back. I hope you looking. I don't get like no. My man, right? Winds up talking to her. It wasn't nothing between me and her. We was just hitting. Boom. Okay. So he winds up hitting her. Cool. I was in my feelings a little bit.
Okay.
So man, yo talking. I say, yo, you can talk about her. So what he wound up doing was the girl little sister went to Merlin Eastern Shore, to school.
Okay.
So she came home. She like, yo, I'm gonna introduce you to her, but of course you can't be Tyree. So I was Rel from Jersey, right? I got introduced to her little sister while she was home. This back in the early '90s. She was of age. We was both of age. She was in college, and I wore her ass out that week she was here. But another one of my homeboys told on me, Snook, told on me when she was at the airport. Oh, you know that dude real name ain't that. His real name Ty. He used to mess with your sister. You're a rat for that, Snook. Yeah. That's the craziest thing I ever done.
Wow.
Yo, I keep it real. I ain't got nothing to hide on anything.
This guy.
And if any of y'all, the names I dropped, I'm not hard to find. You can call me up. You can come see me. We can talk about it like men. We can do push-ups. We can race. I don't want to fight. I can fight though, but I don't want to.
We're not doing that.
We're not going to do that. But we just want to.
But y'all can call in and plead your case. Area code 571-336-6428.
No, that was fun. Because I was slam dropping her off at the girl house. She came sister.
That is unhealthy relationship.
I was in my feelings. I was little upset.
But it's
back
not an excuse.
But why was you in your feelings over somebody that you
I was
just
young.
was hitting?
I was young. I was like 19.
Because sometimes
I was like 19.
You just don't.
feelings get attached.
Yeah, I was 19. I was running around my, you know.
But you want to take it out on her instead of taking it out
Tore
on
her
y'all.
little ass up every time I could.
Did
Yes, I
she know that you and the guy was cool or friends or whatever?
Yeah, but remember, I wasn't Ty. I was Ralph.
No,
from
I'm
Jersey.
saying the first girl. The
Oh,
first
yeah,
girl
she
that you-
knew. Yeah,
Okay,
she knew.
all right. That's
She knew.
okay.
She probably met him through me or vice versa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I felt like in a situation like that, you wasn't supposed to take too personal.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, back then I was young, dumb, full of cum.
What?
Young, dumb, full of cum.
I haven't heard that in years.
I brought it
So,
back.
Deb, hi.
Hey, Dad. How you doing, Dad?
So, Deb is my favorite here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's my favorite because I've seen so much progress with Dev, and Dev is gonna be doing great things. Y'all better remember the name and the face. Y'all are gonna see him probably on a runway
Somewhere.
and on the stage doing
comedy, rescuing cats.
Yes.
The SPCA, bar, you know.
I just caught that.
Let me rescue the cat.
Right.
When I get to heaven and she get there, I'm gonna play it back for her.
Right.
I'm gonna take her to my real room and tell her, look, she told me.
Yo,
So, what are your thoughts? Do you think dude was wrong, broke any code or whatever because he found the young lady attractive and he was in her inbox?
Due to my standards, yes.
Okay.
I have
a
age limit standard. I had it since I was younger. When I was younger, it was like 2 years younger than me. You had to be if he was 2 years younger than me, you could get some play.
Right.
If you any 3 years younger, you get
no.
no play.
Right.
Now you know why I'm looking at you, right?
I feel you. Listen, I'm gonna bring it to the forefront. The reason being because when I was younger, I deemed myself to be a mature young man. So therefore, the mind had to be mature enough to even be around me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my maturity was on both levels. It was, as a young man, and it was also mature in other ways where I shouldn't have been. But I was, molested as a child. So therefore, that brought other acts and I would say, yearnings, or I would guess I say, just sexual. I had sexual yearnings at a very young age, very young age. And I didn't notice it until I got, until now. Like, damn, boy, you wasn't even supposed to be thinking about that type of stuff at that age.
Right.
So, like I said, when I was younger, my age limit was 2 years younger. You had to be 2 years. If you was 2 years younger than me, I could talk to you. I could give you some play. As I got older, the age limit is stretched a little bit, but it didn't stretch too much because my fiance 2 years younger than me. So it's like it really didn't go nowhere. Like I'm not the guy to be. I'm 31 now. I'm not talking to no 18-year-old. That's it.
Okay, I feel you on that.
Catch it.
But my take is, one, there was a teaching, and maybe it's just the teacher in me. There's always an opportunity to teach someone and educate them. If the young lady was bothered by him being in her inbox, period, because of the childhood family association, because he was around them so much, that was an opportunity for her to put emphasis on that relationship and let him know that this is the way I still see you. Maybe that would have been a deterrent, and he wouldn't have went any further, or to just completely shut him down altogether. And sometimes no response is a best response.
I forgot to mention something though. She's 23 now.
She's 23
now. He's 40. He older than me. He's probably 44, 45. I forgot to mention. He texted her back asking her, "You're not gonna tell your brother, are you?"
Yeah, because he don't want to get beat up. I understand that.
So he know he wrong.
Yeah, because that's the man code.
No. Period. See, the code, once the person is an adult, to me, it's no more code. They are adult. You get, bruh, we can fight. Like, if I love it, I love it. If I like her, I like her.
Now,
whatever the
that's
case may be, we gonna fight. Like, all right, that's this type of guy I am. At the same time, if I was 21 and she was just born, there's no, like, why am I talking to her? Why am I talking to her? Like, that's nasty to me.
So
like,
hold that thought. We gotta go to a break. We're gonna be back in a minute. It is what it is. Radio, like and share. See you in a few.
Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday! Big time. Look, that's it. That was my dad. Look.
Whatever happened to the times when we cared for one another? We shared the same respect. What is happening? We're trading what's important for shiny things. I can't allow this blasphemy. It's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome. Full of unspoken battles we won. You're so much better than that. Sometimes the truth ain't always catchy as rap. Stop chasing cheese or you'll get stuck in a trap. Go get your crown and never render it back. No, it's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? Stop all that blasphemy. We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. You're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. You wait to get to stop and listen. It's condescending, not to mention all of our ignorance.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like, you know,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to another Friday of It Is What It Is Radio. Again, we're gonna wish our amazing handsome host Ty a happy, blessed birthday. It is tomorrow, but we're jump starting it now.
Cash App is
So again, him and the beautiful LoveGod have their Cash App information there. A quarter, a dollar, whatever.
Put it on there, Lord.
Just help celebrate life. And we invite you that if ever you're tuning in and it is your birthday, let us know. Put your Cash App there and we will endorse and we will donate to you. So this is how we're just trying to help celebrate other people. We don't have to know you to value your life. So if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you as well.
Happy birthday to all the Libras out there.
I'm going to say for y'all before the show is over.
Represent for the Libras, those scandals or something else.
Yes.
Keeping it going with relationships and dating, I've noticed that when I'm going on dates, I'm meeting a lot of men that have been hurt to the point that they are bitter. And to the point I will always listen, but I find that in the midst of the date that I'm becoming a counselor. You know, and I want to applaud them because they're receptive to it. And when I bring,
good look to be on a date with
it's not a good look. It's not a good look. But let me say this in men's defense is that it has much to do with how they're reared up.
Yeah.
You know, how often do we hear where if a little boy is crying, the man or the woman to say, "Stop crying like a little girl."
That's what you're supposed
you know,
to
so
say.
they learn to suppress those natural emotions. So for them, and especially in the African American community, seeing a therapist, it's like, oh no. We go to the good book. We go to the Bible.
Put it on the altar.
Right. We don't talk about it. We move on.
Yeah.
We pick up as a black man. You're taught to just pick up, go sleep with somebody, get over it.
Yeah, basically.
No. So I'm saying to the men, and these are conversations I'm having on dates. If you realize that you have been hurt to the point that you are making statements to a woman on a date that all women got issues, none of y'all can be trusted, bruh.
Damn. On a date?
Yeah.
On a date.
Yeah.
It's like,
pray for that man, yo.
Absolutely. But it is so sad that now I find that I'm wearing two hats when I'm on a date. And let me just also say, these are not men that people would say, oh, well, he a club dude.
Right.
I'm sure they go out. But I mean, these are dudes that have good jobs, have education. Not that means anything. But I'm just, putting some of the stats out there. They're established financially, have their own place, own transportation.
Yeah, pretty much.
However, they have unresolved closure from relationships. And when I'm listening to them talk about the relationships, the first thing I say to them is, you didn't know that was unhealthy? She came to you like that. So why would you expect anything different?
Dr. Nicole, I just had that happen to me like a week ago in the barbershop. A guy tried to talk to me, and before I knew it, and this guy been peeping me out for a minute, like on a low, on some questionable stalker type of stuff, and finally saw me face to face and wanted to shoot his shot, and the whole conversation was about
somebody said they can see why you being stalked.
Well, okay. It's like, no, but no, the whole conversation was about this ex that did all this.
You might need that.
Exactly. This ex that did merging. He gonna give me this blade like this. But real about this ex and all the stuff that she did, and how she took all his money and all the kids and this and that. And I'm looking at him like, sir, this is what you do when you finally meet me in a flash. Like, you go on and on about this, whoever this person is. I totally understand. Like, y'all are hurt and y'all need to deal with it.
Right. And I have certain, we did a show where we talked about what are your rules. So one of my rules is I do not talk about past relationships. So if you're watching and you're thinking about asking me out, please don't ask me anything about my past relationships. And not that I think there's anything wrong with it. However, if you can't explain to me the relevance and the correlation between knowing that information and what it has to do with you engaging me and establishing a rapport with me, we're not going to talk about it. And one thing, and
you're not going to say all them words and think I'm not going to ask you them questions though. All the rapport and all that. And see, you can get an uneducated bro. He gonna be sitting there like,
no. Let me tell you something.
No, with me. Oh, I know exactly
Intelligence has nothing to do with schooling. Our history, ancestor history proves that they are very educated and don't even have a 6th grade education. Yeah. So I'm not that person that puts a lot of value beyond it having the ability to build me.
Listen, I was joking, but what I was saying was
you would be smart in eggs.
Get damn silly.
You wouldn't be if you did.
But I'm not going to ask like questions that's kind of. I'm definitely going to ask like.
But you need to know.
Yeah, I need to know like.
But like some people
I'm not going to go so in. I'm not going to go so in depth as though you gotta bring your whole relationship out.
Or so in depth that you judge you off of the stuff that you're telling me.
But
just enough.
What I do want to know, a tad bit, like
just enough.
Yeah, just enough.
Just enough. Like if you were married and it didn't work.
I got to worry about
oh well, I wasn't the best husband. I could have been.
Well, those are relevant questions.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do I got to worry about a stalker? Is it, like, what type of guy am I dealing with?
Right.
Like,
you on a sex offender page?
Yeah.
I'm pulling that. I'm calling my connection. Bump Google. I'm FBI running.
Yeah, we already know that.
For real. So if you watching, I call my connections and I run you.
I had to tell. Well, my homeboy was on the phone.
Hold that thought. We're going to come back. We got to pay some bills. We're going to go to a break. It is what it is. Radio. We'll be right back. Like and share. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. It's the mall, but it's the day. But it's the mall. But it's the day.
But it's the day.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. You may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn because I'm going to make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have Nots to be like 5% shorter, each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless, because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one day.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to another Friday of It Is What It Is Radio with LoveGod, the birthday man, Tyree, Dr. Nicole, and the handsome dad. So we went to a break talking about
Okay, now you good.
Unhealthy dating is what we're going to call this. If you have healing that needs to be done, male or I don't know what's going on over here, these two, but we forgive y'all because it's both y'all birthday.
Right.
So
it's them over here acting a fool.
Yo, almost knocked that beverage over.
if you have had
It's this
some
week, too.
undesirable experiences in a relationship, please don't take that baggage with you.
And learn yourself. Reevaluate
Absolutely.
the situation and look and take ownership to the part that you had to do with it that may have affected the outcome of the relationship.
Right.
Because it's always two sides to a
That's
story.
right.
It's always
That's right.
it's always two sides to the story. And that's when I meet new people, I talk to new people and they start telling me about, oh, my baby mother, bitch, I can't stand her, excuse my language, or, oh, my ex-wife is this, and I'm just looking at them like, but you was with him, you married him,
Right.
You had 3 kids by him, so what part did you play in the situation? Like, people don't want to tell you their part in the situation, they just want to tell you the part that makes the other person look so bad. So you got to be careful, you definitely got to be careful with that.
And more importantly, for me, and I think you'll agree with me, it's a turnoff. One, even if that previous woman was not the best woman, it was something about her that attracted you to her. And when you tell me you were with them for 8 and 10 years, I'm just going to look at you, zoom in on the face for me, Dre.
Yeah,
And it speaks, you know, and I share a lot of videos that talk about healthy and positive relationship building, whether it's in the workplace, amongst woman to woman, guy to guy, and female to male, because I'm one of those women that believe that men and women can be platonic friends, because I have men that are just
platonic.
My friend. I do not want to be sitting on what? Don't look at her, y'all.
I'm looking like, okay, go ahead.
I do.
Okay.
But I do not want to be sitting on a date. That's your interview process with me, and that's my interview time with you. Exactly. That's the application. So if you're bad mouthing women to me and you don't have anything positive or constructive to say, the first thing I'm thinking is you'll do the same to me. That is definitely indicative to how you'll represent me and speak of me. I don't care how fine you are, how much money you have. I assure you, you will get a thank you text from me. I enjoyed myself, because my only expectation when I go on a date is to enjoy it.
That's it.
Whether or not you enjoy it is of no importance to me. I hope you do, but understand it's of no importance to me. But get you together. When I came out of my last relationship, I put myself back in therapy. And I took time to get to know me. Why is that important? You can't put expectations for your happiness on someone else when you don't even know what makes you happy.
Because you'll notice that, okay, once it's over, I ain't even like that kind of food.
And that's where I was. That's where I was.
Yeah. I don't even like cooking this kind of food. I cook this food because of this shit over here.
Speak on this.
You know, so
that's stuff I don't know about.
Let me tell y'all something. When women love y'all, we love y'all 100 plus percent.
Yes,
we will do things that in our for real life we don't even want to do.
Guys don't do the same thing.
I didn't say that. I'm talking about us. And I know guys do it. But I'm talking about us. So take that time, ladies. I'm going to say it to ladies as well as men. Hear me. Take that time to get to know you, because there's something so amazing about when you know what you like.
Yes, absolutely.
Spiritually, financially, physically, sexually, emotionally. So when a dude come to you, you like, boo, that's not where it's at. And you stand firm on that. And if he's truly interested in you. A man will leave himself open to learn you or compromise. But you have to give yourself permission to feel what you feel. That's number one. Number two, then you have to decide how long you want to feel that way. Number three, now I'm tired of feeling this way, what am I going to do to pull myself out of this state of darkness and funkiness? Because if I want to feel and truly experience joy, love, full happiness, I have to take ownership of that. And these men are broken. And I don't say that in a negative, condescending way. I say it out of concern.
They are, just like they say we are damaged. Men are damaged too.
Yes.
Just like we have damage from daddy issues and being molested and raped. Y'all have issues too. Y'all have that mother that might have been a crackhead, or the uncle that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. But men don't really show it like we show it. They're not as, they show it in a different type of way, the way they express
womanizing behavior, aggressive behavior. They try to overcompensate.
It's in a different way.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that two broken people can love each other correctly?
No, I do not.
I do.
I do not.
Why
Explain.
Don't you? I'm explaining.
No, I'm gonna let you go. It's you're the birthday guy.
Ladies first, though.
Emotionally wise, if you look up emotional intelligence, number one, you have to be close to whole as possible to truly be emotionally in a healthy manner invested in a relationship, whether it's with your daughter, your son, your mother, your father, your sister, your job, or your lover. If you are broken, the least little thing he or she possibly do is going to trigger old remembrance, experiences, and issues. And the first thing you're going to say is, oh, so you just going to do me like everybody else did me. Go ahead. Hit me like the ex did. Go ahead. Leave me like so-and-so did. Go ahead. Cheat on me like so-and-so did. I'm still gonna let... That's unhealthy.
Yeah, I don't
and you're unevenly yoked.
I don't think
you're unevenly yoked.
I don't think that if you can... I don't think if you don't love yourself, you can love someone else. Point blank and period. Like, I don't expect someone that I can see don't love themselves to love me. Like, I would not even expect that type of, no, you have to love yourself first. You have to accept yourself first. You have to get right with self first before you can be transparent and that spill over to you showing that in a relationship. And if you don't have it, if you don't love yourself, if you don't like yourself, no.
And you're
loving yourself, yes, I will say that. You have to love yourself first. But when you have two broken people that have been through trials and tribulations and they get together, if your communication is strong and you both know where your weakness is and what's hurting her and she knows what's hurting you, and y'all knowingly going into something trying to help repair each other, I think it works.
How do you repair? How do two broken people repair each other? You're broken.
Easy. By
help it make sense.
I'm about to help it make sense.
Okay.
One, if you know what's hurting that person or what's, you know, has her down, you have to take it within yourself to try to make that better, and vice versa. So if your mate knows your weakness, it's her job or his job to basically help you feel better or help each other feel better.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
I disagree.
Not saying because I'm a male, but
I think so.
From experience and being
that's about to say I got
in a relationship right now at this table.
I will be saying
that. Where that? Because he just threw some shit.
Yeah, I'm about to join you in a minute, though. Damn, I'm joining you in a minute. Trust me.
I was just saying.
Trust me.
Trust me.
I'm with you.
A lot of listening over here.
Yeah.
And so, and that's like both of y'all speaking like a 50-50 moment right now, because I can say that because when me and my fiance that I'm with now got together, we were both broken.
Okay.
we both had problems that we had from the previous relationship that we didn't want to bring to each other.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So exactly what he said is what we are still doing to this day. Like spot she weak in, I may be strong in, and I make her strong in that spot.
Okay.
You feel me? And to this day, we still are working on that. Meaning, like it was areas I was weak in, she had to make me stronger. Like like now people say, a lot of people say like, Dave, you got meaner, or you not. And it's not that I got meaner. It's just that my fiance saw that people took advantage of my kindness.
Okay.
You feel me? So therefore, that's where she wanted to make me stronger at.
Okay.
And she succeeded.
Okay.
Now that I'm here, now I see people take advantage of her heart. Her heart is humongous. And if you got a chance to get in there and you know you in there, and some people like to take advantage of that, and I hate that with her, because her heart is, and her word is her bond. And she say something, she want to do it. And she honor that. You feel me? And people will play on that. You feel what I'm saying? So now it's like, you did me the favor of showing me this, babe. Like now I gotta show you this. Like I was a kind person, but my heart, as even when I was younger, my shit was always, it had a cold side. Like if you get on that cold side of my heart, you ain't no coming back. I'm a Capricorn. I wasn't heavy in believing in that type of stuff until I started reading about, and then looking at tendencies I had, and I'm like, like somebody cross you, Dave. It's like you really on that other side. Matter of fact, I can let you think you on the same side that you was, and then really show you what's up, and then you like, oh my, this boy is tough. And where though, like he said, like if spots that she's strong in, where I was weak at, and she made me stronger there, and there was spots she was weak at, and I made her strong there. So I can relate to exactly what he's saying. You feel what I'm saying? Yes. What you saying, I think what you are saying is like totally, like kind of not totally broken, but like just like at a like you said, like that guy that's just like, women do this, women do that, women do this, or that woman that's just like man. Now those two, it is going to be hard to get those two to coexist, because they are so hell bent on, like you said, what that last person did to them. You feel me? And in my experience, it was more so I'm not choosing no person that's like that. Point blank period. I'm gonna tell you what it is, what I like, what I don't like, what happened last time, and what I ain't for. You feel me? And it was like that on both ends. So it was like, all right, bam. You feel me? Now, of course, in a relationship, you got your growing points, your hard points, all that shit. Yeah, we've been through all that. But at this point, like, it's crazy that he said that, because I really we really going back and forth with that. Like she recently made me strong in the area. Now I'm like, babe, nah, like you showed me, like, yeah, I'm like this now. Like, nah, like you gotta listen to me now. Like, I want you like feel it. You feel me? Get this same feeling, like, because like for a long time I really, and I used to think that all the time, like people just take advantage of like how much I care. You feel what I'm saying? And it'd get me to a point where though, like, I won't be talking to people.
Right.
Like, I'll
shut down.
Yeah.
You shut down.
Yeah.
You definitely
and
shut down.
She was that other side to say like, no, don't shut down, because that's like one of the most beautiful things about you.
Right. That's what makes you special.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a weakness.
That's a strength. Exactly. At the same time, you just gotta monitor it. Family, you just can't just let it go out the whim. Right. You feel me? And her teaching me how to monitor it was like you said, like two broken people. I can't say completely broken, but two messed up people, two people that's hurt. They definitely can help fix each other. I think so. If they got communication, that is definitely key. Because man, her, like, our communication ball get bigger and bigger with each year.
Because you're open with her about stuff.
But that's a difference. Like what you're saying, you're open. The average people, even if I had to go and pull statistics on it, it will show that two broken people that that in a couple of categories. One, don't know his or herself. He or she or both have unresolved relationship issues, whether that relationship issue stems from what LoveGod said earlier, father is daddy issues, abandonment issues. It's a whole slew of issues. And understand that when we're meeting someone, you're meeting their representative. Unless you take the time to communicate, pay attention to certain behaviors that are triggers and or warning signs, you really don't know. And then you get in this relationship, and this is what I'm learning as I'm listening to these gentlemen that are either on dates with me, or I'm listening to other women share about their dating experiences. It's coming out because they're comfortable with you and they're sharing it, when all of this can be avoided if you take that you time. I was accused for so long. They was like, oh, you nonchalant, oh, you standoffish. And in my mind, I was like, you don't even understand how I'm sparing you a whirlwind. Because I was a hot mess. I had daddy issues, abandonment issues, trust issues, whether it was with men and women, meaning women in my family or whatever, societal issues, all of that I put into this gumbo, this unhealthy gumbo. And then when I kept getting in relationships, I don't think I was ever single longer than maybe 30 days, if that long.
This
so
is
the
long,
right, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to be by myself. And it took.
And you ain't gotta be, because soon as the person know that you,
and they know,
they right there,
and they know,
they on the bench waiting to get in the game.
And they know, but I'm gonna finish that thought when we come back. We gotta take a quick break. It is what it is. Radio, like and share. It's this guy's birthday.
It's my birthday. It's tomorrow, but it's the day. But it's really tomorrow. But we carrying it like it's the day. Happy birthday to me, 42. Rest in peace to my brother King Porter.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste of been bad, burned and fucked over. But remain strong through the Passover. Kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me that let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pen I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I beat the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't save you, we too loud on the pedal stool. Don't carry favors, always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patience run thin, yeah, nigga OT, cause they wanna see me down like I'm an NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me. Say I help you out if you can help yourself. I keep it G till I DIE. Now excuse me while I get back to PC. HOP ain't losing sleep while your third eye always on me. I'm steady green just to feed the team. My bullshit.
Now listen to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you, and don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game, and life is not a chess game. Life is real, bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange Show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
This unknown to find who we really are.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we back, y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
How you know that? How you know we was back?
Y'all got me drunk.
So
Kinda.
that is not our fault.
Nice
Little buzz.
Little buzz, yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna sleep good tomorrow. I gotta get up at 9 o'clock and handle some business though. 8. Well, I gotta handle the business at 9, so I gotta get up early.
Birthday buzz. That was birthday.
Absolutely. I'm glad it was with us, sir.
Yeah, yes, I appreciate y'all, my radio family.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Good show, guys. Thank you.
We
Darian
love
King.
you. So we went on break with me sharing how I was a mess. Y'all know I'm very transparent. It wasn't, I couldn't even pursue the idea of dating again because one, I needed to make sure I knew who I was. And I have a blog that's titled She Had to Lose Herself to Find Herself. And I just shared it. I'll reshare it tonight on my page. But what that blog is talking about is I'm taking you quickly through different points of my life far as my behavior because I was so confused. I was so lost, and I did not really identify and develop my confidence of owning my choices and decisions until I found myself. And that meant I had to put myself back in therapy and do what LoveGod said. I had to own my role because understand, it's not about any of the other people, whether family or whatever. I'm a grown woman. I had to take control of my life, my decisions, if my desire was to live as happy as possible for the time that God allowed me here on this universe. So when people say, oh, you standoffish, what's wrong with you, why you still single, why do something have to be wrong with a man or woman?
It's always
because
like
they're
that.
still single.
Because people look at, want to see the worst. Like when I first cut my hair, oh, what you broke up with a nigga? Oh, what you look like? What you sick? What you did? Like, no, I just wanted a short haircut because I'm old and I don't got time to sit in hey,
talk about it.
$400 for a week when I can just pay $20 for a haircut and I can go swimming, I can exercise, I can go out in the rain. I'm always ready. You can't never call me and say I'm ready. I'm always ready. But that's just people always look at the worst in any situation and try to make something about it. They always look at the worst. It's always got to be because of the worst.
And I just talked to my bestie, Mia Cofield. Most of y'all know that that's my best friend.
Shout out to Mia.
And shout out Pumpkin.
Hey, Pumpkin.
And one of the things I said to her is that once upon a time, I was like, oh, I can own my choices and decisions. And then she had a friend, woman-to-woman conversation with me like, Coley, if you want a different type of man to approach you, change your behavior. Because at one point, I was like, I'm grown. I do what I want to do. And I noticed when I took control of my decisions and I started being verbal about what I wasn't going to tolerate, what I was looking for. I'm dating with a purpose, meaning I don't have time for your ambivalence, your games, and it is okay if we are not on the same page. I wish you well. We can hook up for coffee, dinner, whatever, but that's it. I noticed the type of men that are drawn to me are totally different. Even if they're interested in me because of how I walk in my everyday life, they like, oh, I ain't getting nowhere with her, so I'll stop. So it's a choice. And there's nothing wrong with a man and a woman having a choice. And I date with a purpose, and I know what I want. And I don't want to invest the time in putting a puzzle together. I don't even like puzzles.
Not at this.
I'm 45.
Not at this age.
I just don't. I will be your friend and encourage you. I can encourage you. I'm always going to do that. Understand that. I'm always going to speak life, pray with you, pray for you. But far as taking that on, I will not do it. And I spoke about it on another show. There's a level of resentment that comes along with it later down the line.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Later down the line.
Absolutely.
Can you, for the people, because I'm sure we got some people out there that are hurt,
Mm-hmm.
that are going through some things, men and women.
Absolutely.
Do you have any tips to basically, help them cope with getting over being hurt, or anything you can tell them?
If you're not ready or able to engage in any type of therapy, meditate, journal, and as crazy as it sounds, men typically like to draw. I tell them draw. You'll be surprised. And if a man sits down and draw, he would draw a picture about what he's feeling. Because you just pick up the sketchbook and draw. Art therapy, and art therapy and music therapy is becoming a big thing in the behavior health field. Yes.
Like coloring,
yes. People will tell you what their emotion is at that particular time based off of what they draw, what they write, how they color, what they color. You just have to pay attention and meditate. You can meditate.
Is it a proper way to meditate?
Listen, I sit in my car and I meditate.
Meditation can be, it's up to you.
For the people that, I know, but for the people that don't know, is it a way to meditate? YouTube.
You definitely need a quiet space, whether that quiet space is in your car. I choose to sit in my car because I know once I go in my apartment, I'm gonna hear the people in my building over top of me, and that's my time. That's your time, whether you're talking to God or you're just listening. I listen to YouTube has nature sounds. I listen to it. Sometimes I sit on the floor in my office. I shut my door. I have the scent lavender, or I'll mix lavender and lemon together. And I actually use lavender in the morning. I put it at the bottom of my feet and I ask God to govern my steps according to what He wants. I put it around my temples because I work in a very stressful field with a stressful population, and I have the self-care. I put it around my ears and I ask God to make sure that I hear Him and I hear the patients that are sitting there with me or the person I'm talking to. Then I put it over my lips because I'm asking that He not allow me to speak anything that's not life to someone. And I just have to. And understand, if you're tuning in, it's a process. This hasn't always been me. I was the person that will punch my hand through a window trying to hit you. It took a lot of dark moments in my life for me to get here. So when you are in control of you, your energy, what you give off, what you allow, you're very guarded with your space. You're guarded with your time. You're guarded with your mind. You're guarded with your words, your love. You just have to be, because I work in a field where I'm sitting across from a 16-year-old, a 40-some-year-old, a 60-some-year-old woman or man that say their first use of drugs was at age 9 because they were molested or they were beat. And they don't know no other way not to feel that hurt. And now I'm responsible.
So you gotta take care of yourself to make sure you don't take on all of
and
that
I'm
type of energy
responsible
and be able to help
for taking them back in time to deal with this, because this is the wall. It's like the wall is here, they right here, but they keep doing this with it.
And a lot of times I feel like it's about it. A lot of people say, because I done been to therapy, I'm in therapy, a lot of people say that you have to forgive the person or the situation. Me personally, I was always that one in therapy that be like, no, I don't want to forgive somebody that intentionally hurt me. No, I don't want to forgive a person that I know. No, but it's about forgiving yourself.
That's right.
Allowing yourself to stay in that situation, because it's not about the person anymore. It's about you and what you allow. And as soon as you're able to get in touch with yourself and you see that it's not about this person keep doing, well, why is that person keep doing this stuff to you? Because you keep yourself in that situation. You keep yourself in that way. You keep yourself in that situation that allowed them to keep beating you, to keep hurting you, to keep whatever it is that they're doing. You have to shift the energy off of them and put it to you. And learn how to accept it for what it is and move on. You have to, or I feel like I just feel like now being single for so long was the first time I've ever been this single for years. And I really, really had to stop the rebound thing. Because it's like when you bounce from this one to this one to this one to this one, it's just like you never really understand, or you never really give a situation a fair chance because you have not came to terms with the last situation.
Absolutely.
For me, honestly, I feel like to get over a situation, you have to cut all ties.
And that's the best way
ties. Any communication, family, you cannot do it. You cannot try to get over somebody but still be creeping off with them on the low, or messing with somebody but you going over their mother house for Sunday dinner, or whatever. Like you have to cut all ties if you truly want to get over that situation.
So let me ask you this real
what's
quick.
your question before we
And
go
this
off?
this is off topic, right? And this is tapping into your professional your career, right? Am I wrong for how can I put this? And I'm gonna be real. My brother died about almost 4 years ago, right? Am I wrong for wanting the person that killed my brother family to feel how I felt and how my mother felt?
Before we close out, you're not wrong. Acknowledge them feelings. They're real to you. However, don't stay there. And it seems like you're stuck, but I'll talk to you more off the air. We want to thank y'all collectively for joining us, supporting us for another Friday of It Is What It Is Radio. Like and share, and we will see you next Friday. As always, love yourself, love each other, and be unapologetically about it.
You know what it is. Please like and share the show. Like and share the show. This is a Libra extravaganza. Happy birthday to me. Tomorrow, but it's the day, but it's really tomorrow, but we're going to act like it's the day.
It's a jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood show. Hot topics. We discussing anything. It's a go.